What what's popping, y'all? This is DeAndre, and we back with another episode of the Squid Games Aftermath podcast. I am your host, Player 288, formerly known as, and today we have a special guest, one of our top 31 players of the game. He is cruising and bruising his way onto the late stages, and he is coming to us all the way from his home with his degrees in the background. Mr. 211 Chaz in the building.
What's up? Yo, yes. So blessed to be here.
How you feeling, top 31, man?
Listen, I am so blessed. This experience in itself was just crazy, right? So the fact that I did it and I made it so far, it's truly amazing. Blessed.
Yeah, definitely high blessings coming from the man above, and making it happen, man, one way or another.
Sure.
So before we jump into the episode, the recap, so this is a recap episode. We're doing episode 7. I just want to, out of everything that you've had to do up until this point, because we're at the point where we're picking the teddy bears out the crane.
Yeah.
What do you think has been the hardest part up until this point?
So really for me, the hardest part, everybody says, red light, green light was the hardest. Not for me. The hardest thing for me was really going around and making sure that my social game was up, because really for me from the start, every person I got close with got eliminated. Like I had a number 1 in red light, green light, eliminated. Then going into Dalgona, I had a number 1, which was Sid, eliminated. So now I'm with my people, the High Five Alliance. Darius gets eliminated in the Jack in the Box. Then I have to eliminate Cheney in the marbles. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on? So that's the hardest part. Like, who can I trust? Because everybody I'm trusting is getting up out of here.
Hey, man, you got that kiss of death going on Jada Kiss style, I mean, look, every time somebody get close to you, they vanish.
I know. But hey, I mean, I'm just trying to make it to the end.
Man, just trying to make it to the end.
End.
We are on episode 7, and then this is every episode is a cliffhanger. So
yeah,
what happens at the end of episode 6 is we finish marbles.
Okay.
Our friend completes it over here. He defeats Cheney. Before we get into what game do you guys play at marbles?
So what they don't show is me. Before I went into this game, I'm a competitor. I'm a game show person. So I actually went to YouTube, watched all these different strategies on what to do. So when I got my core alliance and we knew that we were going to play marbles, I was telling everybody the strategy. So I'm like, okay, because we're going to be able to pick who we want to go against. You pick somebody, I'm going to pick somebody. This is the strategy that you have to do. But since I had already taught her, we going in there. Now we have to come up with something off the fly. Because she's like, we're not playing that. So we end up doing 3 circles, like a big circle close to us, medium, and then a smaller one in the back. And it was for 1, 2, and 3 points. And so we just shot. And we came down, as you guys can see, to 5 to 6. She had the last marble, the last shot. So she was going for the 2-pointer, which would have made her win because it would have put her at 7 points. But she just barely missed it.
How long did it take you to make those little circles?
We actually did it quick. We did it quick. So yeah, it was just like, okay, we did a couple of paces. We both agreed. I mean, because that's my girl. We knew that we weren't going to try to screw each other over. We wanted to be extremely fair. So we came up with our game plan and we executed.
Yeah, no, you guys seem to have a fair game plan. I mean, it was pretty self-explanatory. And there was, may the best man and woman win in that case scenario.
No beef with some of the other people.
Look, and I'm going to ask real quick. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but what do you think about 65 and 399's game?
You got to tell me names. So that's another downfall for me in there. I'm a people person. I know people's names. I did not call people by their numbers. That's just not me.
Okay, Dylan and Aurora.
Dylan and Aurora. Yeah, I really hated that. I feel like they definitely could have come to an agreement sooner. I understand we have the $4 million on the line, right? So it's just like, I don't want to do nothing that I'm not comfortable with. She didn't want to do nothing she's not comfortable with. So I understand it. But at the end of the day, y'all got to make a decision. And I feel, I mean, the way that they edited it, if that was true, that if he went first, but she made the first bucket, she should have been declared the winner. And that's what I'm just going to say. Love Dylan, but if that's how it was, he took the first shot, but she made the first basket, then she won.
Yeah, I mean, you had to figure it out somehow, and it was unfortunate the way it ended and very controversial, to say the least.
Yeah.
So
still not happening.
Yeah. So we'll get so at the end of episode 6, we have everyone is picking people for the test, and They are 31 people, and it has to get down to 20, and so 11 people will be eliminated because that's just the rules that they decided to come up with. And so basically what it is, if you haven't been paying attention, is TJ is nominated the leader, and the rules are the leader must nominate someone else, and then that person nominates someone else, and that it keeps going until there's only 20 or there's 11 people left, and all those people that are picked are safe.
Yeah. So 20 people get to advance.
Yep. So TJ picks Mai first, then Mai goes against her All Girls Alliance and picks Chad.
Yeah.
Chad picks Red. I can't say his name right. I don't want to mess with his name. 254.
Mikey. Yeah, Chad picks Mikey.
254 picks 77. 77 picks 18. 18 picks 19. 19 picks 393. And then 393 is on cliffhanger. So that's where we left off. So we get back with 393 deciding who she's going to pick. Mm-hmm. She decides to pick 451. That is our friend Phil, and trust that he will make the right decision.
Yes.
Then Phil picks 278, which is Ashley. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm surprised I have everyone's name memorized by just looking at the numbers at this point. This is ridiculous. Ashley's picked. Ashley picks Sam because that's her guy.
That's her guy.
Sam then picks 23. I'm missing name. But then 20. Huh?
Who's 23? You don't know.
Rose? No,
Rose?
It's not Rose. It's not Rose. Girl with the glasses. Black girl with the glasses.
Jack. Black girl? Oh, Prinny.
Yeah.
Prinny.
She gets picked next. She picks 51. 50, fair getting 51. 51
if you describe them, you got the number, you describe them, and I can tell you who it is.
Okay, 51 picks you.
Okay, so that's Rose. Rose picks me.
So Rose picks you.
Yeah.
Yes. And so before that, so as these things are getting picked, when it gets to Rose, do you know she's picking you, or like how you feel?
I have a strong inkling. So me and Rose, actually, we were always like around each other, but actually that morning we had an in-depth conversation, and so we really bonded. She's from Cameroon, like I believe. Please, I think that's right. And so she was just talking about, like how everything is over there, how they want women to be, and how you should live your life. And so I was telling her that my grandpa was a pastor, my dad's a pastor, so I was raised in the church until everybody thought my life should be, and that I have really come into myself and understand that there is an intersectionality there, and you can be queer and you can be a Christian. And I have my own walk with the Lord, right? And since I started believing that, my life has really turned around. And so we had chills, and we gave each other a hug, and so we made that bond. So I would hope that by this point she would have picked me. I thought that maybe Sam would have picked me because I was really close with Sam, but the main person that should have picked me was TJ because we were in the High Five Alliance. And so when he said that first two, I'm getting happy, but then I didn't hear the other two and the one come out. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Dang, that's deep. So why do you think TJ didn't pick you over Mai?
So I will take accountability in me knowing games. After our 5-person alliance got down to the last two, it was on me. I should have circled back to him and be like, hey, bro, we still good. But I'm the type of person, my loyalty is to a fault. So if I'm in your alliance, I don't have to check back with you and be like, hey, are we still a thing? No, I told you we're a thing, so we're a thing. So I should have went back to him and been like, hey, what's going on? But we were in an alliance, but me and TJ really didn't talk like that all the time. We talked amongst our group about decisions, but I really didn't have a personal connection with him. And so maybe he thought that him and Mai did, which obviously they didn't, but...
I mean, look, I thought the brother was gonna pick the other brother. Come on,
that's what you would think, right? That's what you would think. Even if we weren't in an alliance, it just makes sense that, hey, well, we got a handful of us left. So,
I mean, now, coach, there's only a few out here, man. There's more British people than brothers and sisters at this moment.
Yeah. So I made it.
That's very interesting. On you can have relationships with someone else, but your relationship with them might not be the same relationship they have with you. You could think highly of someone else, and they might think less, which is kind of very, very interesting. I mean, I watched the episode really early this morning, and it got me thinking, through all my relationships today, I care a lot about certain people, and they might not feel the same about me. So maybe I need to kind of check things.
Yeah, circle back on those friendships. But even with him being nominated the leader, and I think somebody said it that they caught, nobody really wanted it to do it anyway. So yeah, you're the leader of this line, but nobody wanted to do it because we thought we were going to be at risk for being eliminated. So
Yeah, I mean, the name of this game is if you're up front and center, then that's not really the best spot to be.
And
And
that's why I'm the
TJ,
player that you don't really see because I'm hanging in the back. I came in with my strategy. Look, I'm laying low. I'm making my social connections. So you should know my name. You should know a little bit about me to not put me up for elimination. But as far as volunteering, nah, I'm trying to play the game.
you are volunteering to do all these dances and lead these things.
Well, yeah, because that's me. Like, that's my personality. Look, I want people to have fun. We're in a stressful situation. We're trauma bonding. What can we do to take our mind off the next challenge? Which is also kind of a strategy, right? Y'all have fun. I already have my strategy down packed, so let's play around a little bit.
That's right. That's good. I like that strategy. You know, I joined in one of the dance circles you had at the beginning, the very, very beginning. So that was a good time. Oh, he disappeared. We'll wait for a second. He should pop back any second now. There we go.
There we go.
All right, he back. So, yeah, so it's going down the line, and then, Rose eventually picks you. Thank the Lord. She sticks her neck out for a brother. I like to see that. So then you decide to pick 355,
Hallie,
which
yeah.
is
Hallie.
Elliot.
Hallie.
Hallie. Why do you pick her?
So they showed the girls doing their all-girl alliance that they're creating, right? I definitely wanted to make sure that continued. I'm all about representation. I knew that we were male dominated in there. Again, you heard me say like PTSD. I remember being smaller, like in elementary, being picked last in sports, right? I'm a competitor, and I want everybody to know that women can be competitors, queer people can be competitors. So I was not going to break that chain. I think representation matters. And just to see everybody's faces when it's like, dang, they really did this, that was golden. It was golden.
You left our boy Favor out there to hang, man. What's up?
I know. So if I did not pick Hallie, I said I was either gonna pick Favor or Jordan. Those are my two picks that I would have picked, but I just could not break that chain.
You would have picked Jordan even though he got off the hook, which they did not show for marbles. That was interesting? I noted that they didn't show that at all.
He got off the hook in marbles. Yes, because again, we were like 221, 222, or whatever his number was. So we were really close. So I've known him since the very beginning. Again, I'm loyal to a fault. So even though we didn't have like a strong connection, I've been hanging out with this guy since red light, green light. So yeah, he has my thing, and then Favor just because I stick up for my people. So that was me.
Yeah, he was the lone brother out there.
Lone brother out there.
He was like Harriet Tubman, the only one off the plantation.
Yeah. And again, I had Hallie. She slept like right under me, so me and her had actually had conversations. Me and Favor had not at all since being in there, and so it made it easier. But again, I was not going to break the women alliance thing. I just couldn't do it. So
no, definitely. Your reason, it was definitely understandable and noble of you to finish that off. I think it would have been horrible for her to be the only female not picked. So
because she wouldn't have got picked if it would have went any other way. I don't think it would have circled back around to her, unless Roland got picked, and then Roland definitely would have picked her.
Yeah, 100%. So then she picks 429, which is that's Roland's 418. Roland's 418. She picks 4129. Then she picks Roland. I don't have
another girl. Okay.
She picks Roland. Mm-hmm. Then Roland picks Trey. Then Trey picks 269 James.
Okay.
And then James has the last pick. And he picks Perna.
Yeah.
AC brother.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, everyone gets picked, and then all the rest of the guys are eliminated. What's the mood like when all the guys have to walk out the door?
Oh yeah, they are on fire. Like they were so mad. Like I've heard a couple of comments that were made, but we just don't leave that.
Tell me what was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, so they were just upset, right? Like I can't believe I heard some F-bombs were dropped. I can't believe that faggot is going to win. Like I've heard that, yeah. I heard that was dropped. I can't believe that type of person is going to win the show. They were mad at the girls. Like, this is crazy. Why would they do that? Yeah, it got ruthless.
How long were they in there from the point where the last person got picked till they exited the doors?
I have no clue.
10, 15 minutes probably?
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was long at all. Like, the last person got picked. They held everybody still just so they could get the shot. And then they were being walked up out.
Wow, that sounds dramatic.
It was so dramatic. Again, I'm just happy that my number got called, so I'm ecstatic. I'm ready to see what's up next.
Yeah, I mean, I can't picture an American saying something like that just because we know kind of how things are over here and those kind of words, saying those kind of things can be, seen. I mean, I'm not saying.
I'm not sure who said it, but I know I just heard that it was said. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But I can understand. But
I mean, heat of the moment, but still, you gotta keep your composure, man. You gotta keep your composure, even though it's it sucks to go out that way. But we continue, and this is when you become the last 31. Okay, we moving on up. This man's about to get his bag. I like to see it. This man's about to add another little plaque to the wall called Squid Game.
Well, no, so this takes us from 31 to 20. So I'm in top 20 now.
31 to 20, sorry. So now he's top 20. My fault. Okay. I have it right here, too. I'm looking at it. 31 to 20. So top 20, how you feel?
Top 20 from however many, like 100,000 people applying to 456 to top 20. I'm so proud of myself. And I'm like, okay, time to go get it. Like I can taste it.
Yeah, you can feel it. You see it. Yeah. You can almost,
But one thing I will say is that while I was there, because there's so much money, it was never real to me. Like I could not imagine myself with that much money. So it's like, I'm just here to play the game, right? So that's how I felt the whole time.
No, I think that's the best mindset to have, because if you want it too bad, then it's going to slip out your fingers, because that's just all you're thinking about and nothing else. When you kind of just go with the flow and just let the game do its own thing, and that's the best kind of way to.
And it definitely helps. That strategy definitely helps.
Definitely. So then we meet Phil officially. He says he's a scuba instructor from Hawaii, but he grew up in Brazil. And he says when he moved to America, he was bullied, unfortunately. And he says he has no strategy and just goes with the flow, kind of like we were just talking about. Not that you don't have a strategy, but you're going with the flow.
Yeah.
Then we meet, then 287 tells TJ she owes, this is my tells TJ she owes him her undying loyalty. She tells him he loves her. She feels guilty that she did not trust him earlier. Did you have the outside view of Mai and TJ being this close?
No. Like when he did not choose me, I was like, what? I never knew. I really never seen them like talking, but maybe they did. But yeah, I was gagged for sure that happened. And then for her, right, I don't trust him. I'm like, she didn't trust him. And I still don't even feel like that was genuine when they had that conversation. Like, I owe you this and I love you. No.
Yeah, no, I'm very curious when I get to talk to TJ in a couple of days, his point of view on the relationship, just because what was it that made him get so close? I know TJ's kind of a guy that loves to get people to rally around him and whatnot. And maybe he just saw her as this is just my opinion, saw her someone as lost and kind of alone, and he gathered her together and he's like, look, this is my person, I'm just claiming this type of thing.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, like the elder, like she was an elder in there, and kind of like Rick too, people, they cling to that as well. Like, not saying that they're using it as a strategy, but there's just something that they already have that's an advantage, because people might view them as weaker. And TJ is that type of person that, hey, I have to protect, I have to do this. So he's like, well, let me just pull her under my wing. I'm guessing. But Mai's smart.
Yeah, no, she's definitely smart and slick. I mean, I'm 288, she's 287, so we got to talk quite often.
Oh yeah, so you know her well.
Yeah, we got to talk a lot. Me, her, and Chad, and so I kind of know how she's thinking, because she gave me a little insight, with the long time we spent in line and then together with all the things. So I'm rooting for Mai just because she's my next door neighbor.
Yeah. I'm rooting for Sam and Phil. I guess.
You guess.
Because I haven't watched. I'm right here with you. Like I haven't watched any, so I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, I just finished episode 8 myself, so I haven't finished the whole thing yet. But we ain't talking about that episode yet. We'll get there. So we meet Mickey. I'm saying Mikey. I don't know if it's Mickey. Mikey. He says he's a full-time carer from Belfast, and he talks about how he would use the money to help out his 6-year-old daughter or stepdaughter, if I'm messing that up, Scarlett, for her additional needs because she is non-verbal. He has 3 kids and 2 stepchildren, or 2 children and 3 stepchildren.
A lot of them.
A lot of kids. So he has, he needs his money. Like 5 kids, that's a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so
he's so funny. Like when we were playing like all the games and stuff, he like always like the jokester. Like he's a really great guy. So if he would have made it, then
Yeah, no, definitely good dude. I could tell. I mean, he didn't. It's just he didn't pick his fellow Irishman, which was interesting.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah. The whole time, the whole lineup, I'm surprised. Like, I'm like, it just didn't make. I mean, I guess it made sense, but it just didn't make sense.
It's scripted, man. It's scripted. What you mean?
That would make me. It would make me feel better if it was scripted. I would feel 100% better at everything that happened.
Yeah, no, definitely an interesting order. It was.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get word that the next game is getting prepared, and we get a little montage of the glass bridge. So then, Chaz, you start teaching some Squid Game chants. Yes. Can you give us one of these chants?
So excited. Y'all got to see Squid Games. Let's get this cash. Right? Like, we're going to go in here. We're going to dominate. That was really me pumping myself up because I'm like, yeah, you about to win this, baby. So
yeah, getting his head in the game like Troy Bolton. Okay, come on now. So then we enter the white room. Mm-hmm. And you guys walk in and you see this thing covered up with a black curtain. Mm-hmm. What do you think this thing is under this black curtain?
Honestly, I have no clue. I'm like, I thought it was going to be something that we were going to have to stick our hand in. That's the one thing I was thinking. I'm like, we're going to have to maybe stick our hand in something and pull something out. Did know that it was probably going to be something to do with glass bridge, right? So I'm like, maybe we're just going to drop our numbers. That twist. Yeah. Another gas.
We have no idea what this thing is, but then it is unveiled, and it turns out to be a claw machine with teddy bears.
Yeah.
Hold on? Let me just. There. I think I was like messing up. Claw machine with teddy bears. So, when you see these teddy bears, what's kind of going through your head in this claw machine? What's going through your head when you first see it?
So I see it. I'm excited. I'm like, okay, I know, again, we're just going to pull it and we're going to grab our number. I'm really good at claw machine games, even though it took me like 4 or 5 tries to get mine out. But in the outside world, I'm really good with claw machine games. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to be able to go up here and pick the one that I want. And then you see that we don't even know what number it is. So now you're really just pulling randomly.
Yeah, so there's really much no strategy in picking.
Luck.
You could have peeked your head behind and kind of maybe try and saw the number. Did you try and sneak peek your head around or what?
No, it was inside. So they had on a vest, but the vest that they wore didn't have a number. The actual vest number was stuffed inside the bear. So again, you're just pulling blind.
See, we didn't see that part.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's this claw machine. It's getting dire, and I'm like, oh, we back to the children's theme. Okay, we got to remember what game we playing up in here. Like all the themes, you got to revert back to kid stuff.
Yeah.
Everything. So, it is a claw machine, which is used to decide the order of the next game, Glass Bridge. Glass Bridge, if you don't know, is a game where there are 2 tiles in front, and one is made of solid tile and the other isn't. Each teddy bear has a number, and whichever number you grab is given to another player, which is an interesting twist. Very interesting twist. How you feel about this twist?
I'm like, I'm good. Like, I've made some relationships with most people that are there. By this time, everybody in the top 20, I have some form of relationship with, like, at least cordially, right? So I'm like, okay, and I done taught these people this chant, and, they love me. They love me. So as long as I'm like 10 or higher, I'm good. Come
on, man. You know how it goes with us brothers now. Here, come on now.
Yeah.
Can't trust these people out here.
Can't trust them. They're like, no, we can y'all up out of here.
It's like, shouldn't you have been out in the first game?
What? Yeah.
So, yeah, all jokes aside. So, yes, 287 is the first player to pick a bear, which is Mai.
Mm-hmm.
Mai picks up 4, and she decides to give it to 77. Wow.
Yeah.
How does that set the tone for things when Maya's the first one to pick it and give it to 77?
The thing that went through my mind is like, oh, we're gonna be up out of here. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, we gone. This is how we're gone. That's how it through my head.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man.
But I'm still happy that it didn't come to me. Like the other thing, I'm like, it didn't come to me.
Yeah, it didn't. So you dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
So 77 is shook because she is a woman. How could you do
Yeah.
this? I thought we had this women's alliance.
Yeah. Like what? Yeah. But you could already see from the last picking, Maya's she's not dealing with that. She's not. Yeah. So
No.
that when she did, I'm like, it was only a thing for that moment. Like in this game, things change so quickly. So you had an alliance for that moment, and now that is done. There's no more all girl alliance.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much even right now at this point, you know. So I think that she could do what she wanted, she can, and you know.
And me and Mariana, we both were kind of like on the outskirts, so that's why in my mind I'm like, dang, because I thought she had a good gameplay. I've seen her talking to a lot of people, so I would not think that she would have got such a low number. But with us, we weren't in strong, like that with everybody. So I'm like,
yeah,
like 5.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, is Maya seemed to be a true wild card in the game, one of the only wild cards, and she's gonna do what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
So,
big up to her.
Yeah, no, do what you want, girl. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So then 278 gets 6 and gives it to 31. So you dodge another bullet. You ain't got 6.
Yes.
Then 451. Yeah, 278 is Ashley. Ashley gives it to 31, which Perna. So Ashley gets to Perna. 451 gets 8 and gives it to 418, which is not Elliot. Roland.
I would took that, honestly. I'm like, give me
8 is all right. 8 isn't bad. 8 isn't bad.
Yeah.
393 gets 1 and gives it to TJ.
I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. Anybody that got 1, I knew it was going to TJ because at this point, he wants to be the leader, and everybody's like, be the leader then. People were, they were really starting a little bit to get annoyed. And so at any point, they're like, okay, you want to be the leader? Let's give you the leader, and now you have to make these decisions.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's been in the front for a lot of things. He was in the front and, the warships. He was in front for picking the group leader for the groups, and now, he's back in front again. And unfortunately, this time it's not good to be in the front.
Not good to be in the front at all.
So that's a tough pill to swallow right there. Sure. So then you are next. Mm-hmm. You get 3 after like 4 tries. And pick 301.
Yes.
Why do you pick 301?
As you see, I really did any, meeny, miny, mo for sure. Like at this point in the game, we're top 20. Which he was my target. I will say that him and Leanne were my target earlier in the game, right? But at this point, I feel like everybody deserves to be here. I've made these connections with people, so I literally did any, meeny, miny, mo, and it landed on him. And so, come to find out, he wanted 3 because that's his lucky number, and his name is Trey, like Trade 3, so it makes sense. I
don't think he wanted 3 in that moment, Coach.
Yeah.
You saw the look on his face.
Yeah. If I could go back and redo it, I would have gave it to mine. Because then I would have been like, okay, TJ's number 1, right? TJ's the leader. She's our elder. She has the wisdom. And, I feel like she could have made some great decisions for us in that line. So if I take it back, I would definitely give it to mine.
I don't know if mine would have been budging with the movie. She might have pulled, the bully in the actual show and said, y'all got to go past me. I ain't going.
Yeah, I would have loved to see it too. That would have been great TV.
Yeah, I love you, Maya, but I can see you doing something like that.
Yeah.
So you pick Trey, our narrator at this point. So then 16 gets picked, and 16 gets 9 and picks, which is Sam. Mm-hmm. He picks 429. 31 gets 5 and picks 278, which is Ashley.
Ashley, yeah.
51 gets, and then 51 gets, they kind of go through quickly after this. 51 gets 12. Sam gets 355. TJ gets number 20, of course, and gives it to Maya. He keeps blessing her, man. How you feeling about
it? Keeps fucking me over.
I know she gave it to you. I thought y'all was what happened?
Right. So again, in my mind, I'm like, okay, he just messed me over in the last thing. Okay, he's gonna make it up this time. So he's like, I told this person I'm gonna have their back. I'm like, oh yeah, we've had these conversations before inside our alliance. So I'm like, yeah, no. And so this one's like, okay, bye TJ. Like I don't want you to win. I want you to jump and fall because at this point, there's no loyalty there with me.
I mean, that's wild. Like Did you guys have a talk between the last test and this game about?
No, and that's why I say I will own that. I should have like followed back up and circled with him. But my thing, being strategic, we have this big alliance. Everybody's gone. If I have this understanding with you, it's time for us to break away and start forming alliances with everybody else. So if it comes down to where they can eliminate us, they're not going to. So my strategy is I'm locked in with you, and now I need to start playing these other people. Like, it only made sense, but I guess he needed some reassurance. I don't know.
You got to reassure us sometimes. You know, as light-skinned brothers. Sometimes we think looking around and doing some other
Oh
things.
yeah, that's what it is. The light skin it is. The light skin it is. I don't have that complex, so I don't need it. I'm locked in.
Hey, you got to remind us every now and then. But yes, that's a key reminder. Sometimes, you know, somebody doesn't
$4
text
million
you back.
reminder.
Look now, I mean, somebody doesn't text you back, and it's important. You got to text them again and text them again and be like, I ain't trying to bug you. I'm just going like, we good.
I'm not
right?
doing all that double texting stuff. I don't even do that in reality. Outside of, I'm not doing. I text you. If you don't respond 3 days later, I'm waiting on you to text me back. I'm not doing all that extra. No.
See, I can tell because you didn't, you know, you just like the single sent out, and you know, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. I'm moving on, and then.
But I've learned my lesson, so I'm trying to work on that because I don't need this to repeat ever again.
Yeah, man. I mean, check up on your peoples and text them twice if they don't get back to you in the amount of times that's allotted. That's all I got to say for the people
All right.
back home. It's okay to text twice. So TJ gives 20 to Mai. She gets a huge blessing. 19 gets 2 and gives it to you. Wow. And this is Amanda. Amanda gives you number 2. Were you expecting this from her?
No. I just said representation matters. Like, I literally just said representation matters. And if I can remember my speech a little bit longer than that too, but I was just talking about, you know, like women and queer people like sticking together and being, you know, shown. So why? There was more other people, but I did have a conversation with her, and she basically just said, you know, I had already chosen a bear and gave it out, and so she didn't want to give it to anybody after her because they could still come and mess her over. But me, I couldn't do anything to retaliate, so it only made sense. I mean, it's good logic. No, it doesn't. I mean, it's logical, but girl, give it to somebody else. Give it to somebody else.
Oh my gosh, the dreaded number 2. So you dodged the number 1 bullet, but hey, they had to put. She saw TJ up front, and she's like, all right, we're gonna keep this train rolling, you know?
For real.
We got 1, 2, and 4. You know, we missed 3, but hey, let's keep going, y'all. She was looking around like, duh.
Yeah, crazy. It's so crazy.
I know. I was disappointed to see that, at least. Very disappointed. So 23 gets 13. 451 gets 10. 269 gets 15. 254 gets 14. 16 gets 17. 18 gets 16. They just blow through this real quick. They don't really waste no more time with this dramatics. So then Glass Bridge is getting started. They walk in the room and boom. So tell me what you feeling when you walk in this room, man.
That set is so beautiful. Like, it doesn't do it justice for you guys to see it. And so this was a game I was looking forward to. This is the game that I came in like, I have to play this game. So I wanted to at least make it to Glass Bridge because I thought it was so fun. Again, I've watched all the YouTube shows. I'm like, okay, I have this strategy going in. I know how to look at the glass and see which one to jump on. I didn't really expect it to be that high up. It was extremely high up. And I'm in my head because me and Ashley have had our conversation about our strategy. I know I'm number 2. And I'm just thinking, you know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to mess everybody up or stay true to myself and just play my game? And so.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I wish we saw it, but it looks real and fake on TV. You know, it looks real and fake, but definitely was beautiful. I mean, I wish my living room would look like that. You know?
Yeah, no, it was definitely real. Definitely real.
So. Yeah, it's amazing. How much time did you guys get to kind of look out before the game started to kind of like, you know, appreciate it?
I want to say they gave us maybe 5-10 minutes. So when we were in that huddle, when we were in that huddle, that was the time that we had to like, everybody talk, let's come up with our strategy. What are we going to do? Take in the set. And then it was time to play.
Yeah, they say get right down to it. Don't look at this set too long because these lights are expensive to turn on.
Yeah, and I mean, you're outnumbered, right? So we're having all these conversations. I'm going to die on it. I never agreed to that 50-50 thing. Like, never agreed. But when you have 18 people against 2, because I know Ashley never really agreed to it either. I mean, you just got to do what you got to do, man.
Did you say anything about this? So everyone's discussing and they decide, one person jumped and the next person has to take their place. What, did you speak up about this or what?
No, I'm just looking at y'all like, no. Well, I think I did say, the one thing I did say, I don't believe it's fair that the last three people don't have to make a choice. But they were like, and that's when Roland was like, they got the lucky duck or whatever it was. And so everybody was like, well, no, this is how they got their best. So it just so happened to be that way. And again, I'm not going to argue because at the end of the day, it is like luck. So I'm just like, I said my piece. I see we're not making no movement. Let me go ahead and just man up and do what I got to do.
Yeah, no, man, that's tough. I mean, you can't really. They didn't give you that much time to make a decision, anyways. So, I mean, it's every decision is rushed in here. You don't.
Yeah, it was, and that adds on to the stressors too.
Yeah, I mean, trust. We know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys decide on this plan. Decide on this.
It was decided. The plan was decided.
Yeah. So everyone, some people are more elated than others, and some people are trying to, like Roland is really like, team fair kind of guy.
Yeah, because he has a bigger number, right?
Yeah.
So everybody had a bigger number there with being the 50-50 thing.
Exactly. I noticed that the people on the back were more vocal about their support for this plan and everything that everyone should do because they're not at risk,
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot, actually, even, so that was just this little tidbit, but
yeah.
So they say there are 17 tiles. TJ gives another little speech. Roland proposes this idea first, and then they decide on this 50-50 rule.
Yeah.
So TJ is first. He is about to jump. He's thinking about it. He picks. So I wrote this backwards. He picks the left one. No, I read that right. He picks the left one. Look, I wrote whichever box.
Yeah, he picks the left one. He picks
the left one. And it shatters, and he is gone. So what are you seeing right now? Like, what is happening when you see this transpire?
Even though I'm pissed at him right now, my heart did sink because I'm like, dang. Still, that's my alliance. That's my bro. So I'm like, dang, because I just knew that he was going to make it through. And so I'm like, shit. Now I got to take the next step. And then this is when it's really becoming real for me because I'm like, all we have to do is get on the bridge. Once you're on the bridge, you don't have to take any other steps if you don't want to. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get on this bridge. Now, what are you gonna do, Chaz? Are you going to take the next step, or are you gonna be like, okay, Trey, you need to go?
So before we get into your decision, how was it seeing him fall, and like describe that for the viewers at home that kind of want to see it through your lens?
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to fall. Like that's literally what it was. I'm like, I don't want to experience that.
Did it look scary?
That quick decision is just like. That quick decision is the end of your game. And it's really no way to tell. So, yeah, I was gagged. And I just didn't want to experience
it. So there's, you could look at the glass. Were you guys trying to look at the glass and see why not? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm 100% sure. Their glass was different. Because it was like, the glass were made the same. So when you look, I'm trying to look for reflections. The glass was made the same. It was like some type of mechanism that helped it shatter. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. This game is probably the one game out of all the games that's like, I don't think anything is rigged. I don't.
No.
But it's the one game that's like the variable is just not there that you can see. Anything, literally anything can happen. So you truly. I ain't gonna get too deep into that, but anything could happen. That's all I'm gonna keep it at that.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So next is 2-2-1. Chaz, it's his turn to step up to the plate. So what's going through your mind on which one to jump? What's going through your mind?
So they do show I'm standing there for a minute. So the time is running down, and I'm thinking like I don't really want to run these people clock out. But also I need time, right? So I literally am praying and I'm just asking to be guided because I came there for a reason, obviously to win the $4.56 million prize. But I also just wanted to show queer people of color that we can do anything that we put our mind to, and that we can also remain a Christian, which they really wasn't shown. I'm not sure why all that got edited out. And so I'm a firm believer of everything that happens for a reason. And so I did my prayer, and if it was meant for me to succeed, I would. You do see me, and so this is where I have the biggest regret. I turned to the left and then I end up jumping straight. I talked myself out of my initial decision. And so I always stick with your first mind, people. I always stick with your first mind.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
So then, Chaz jumps, picks the one right in front of him, and then...
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He is 2-1 is eliminated.
And I never cried the entire show because I'm over here mad that people are crying. I'm like, why are y'all crying this day 1? Why are you crying this day 3? I cried the hardest after that elimination. And I'm glad they didn't show it because I did use a couple of choice words for a couple of people. So, yeah. Amanda, sorry, girl, but you got it. TJ, you got it. I'll let them have it. Those are the most unhinged I've ever been in life. Because I'm like, $4.56 million gone because of these 2 people. But I mean, it's really my fault. But I just had to find somebody to blame, and it's them too.
Yeah, man, it's very tough, to see you fall right after TJ. I mean, boom, boom, y'all right back to back, like Drake.
Yeah, the last 2 brothers left.
The last 2
gone first. Out.
Yeah, I mean, dang, it's like I'm watching a horror film over here.
It was.
Jeez. Good Lord.
Yeah.
The ancestors are not happy. He's gone again, but he's back. Yeah, the ancestors were not happy. As Rose would say.
I can't hear.
But yes, so that's unfortunate that you fell, but the game must continue at this point. So Trey is next. Oh, he's gone. What happened? All right, y'all. Little technical difficulties. He left us. But I'm going to keep you entertained for a split second. So hold on. And we back. He's got it. He's good. We just had ancestors was mad at him and hitting him again on his head because of what happened. They remember
being silly. Yeah, not listening to my ancestors.
Exactly. So we get to next one, Trey, 301. He picks right and is right. Then it's 77, Marina's turn. She agrees to overtake Trey, and she gets eliminated. Wow. Tough pill to swallow. She's gone. Yeah. Then we get to Ashley, 278. She said she was stupid as hell for skipping her up. So Ashley is next and makes Trey pick the next one. She's like, I ain't going in front of you. I'm staying right here. How do you feel seeing her doing this right now?
I love it. I mean, because we had kind of talked about it, like I said, so I love that she stuck to it. We're there to play the game for ourselves. Like, yes, we're a team, but no, only one of us can win. And she had somebody in front of her, so she didn't have to make the move if she didn't want to. They never told us we had to do that. Y'all collectively said it, but not everybody agreed. So she's up early. She got, what, number 4? No.
She had number 5, actually.
Yeah. Or number 5, so yeah, I'm 100% with her.
Yeah, so that's tough. I mean, how would you feel, though, if you were Trey and somebody behind you was telling you that? What would you do?
Well, just like they said, it's just the luck of the draw, right? So I had number 2. Yeah, I mean, you got number 3. And so the way that it should be is that you're supposed to jump all the way down. So, oh, well. I mean, that's really how I feel. If 3 people at the end don't have to pick because they got higher numbers, then if you got a lower number and you have to make all the decisions, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it's a game of chance and luck and good timing, and like you just said, that's the nature of the game. So
and the logic has to work both ways. So you can't just put the logic on one end of the spectrum; it goes both sides.
Yeah, and it sucks, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So Trey gets a few right. He's getting a few right. I was like, wow. There's no way he keeps getting this, and he soon falls to his doom. And 301's journey is officially over. It's over.
Over, yeah. Sorry, Trey.
We love you here, but your time is up. Like Flavor Flav says, your time is up, New York.
Love New York over here. New York City.
Gosh.
But
so then, actually, sorry, I spoiled it. So Trey is this cliffhanger.
Oh, dang.
I got ahead of myself. Trey is the cliffhanger, so we don't know if his time is over yet.
Blame me. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay. 301 John. I mean, y'all can probably use y'all brains at home. Just watch episode 8 after this. But yes, that is the end of episode 7. So with you unfortunately being eliminated at the very end of the episode, man, you had an amazing run, very inspiring. Tell me kind of what's your emotions and feelings when you get back to the hotel?
Yeah, I'm still beating myself up over my decision, right? So I have the peace in knowing that what's for me is for me, and everything that is for me I'm going to get. So I didn't feel as bad, but I'm just like, why did you not listen to yourself? Your whole body was turned to the left. Why would you jump to the front? And so I am beating myself up about that. But then I'm just happy because I don't really know who's still left. But I'm rooting for Ashley. I'm rooting for Rose. I'm rooting for Sam, and I'm rooting for Phil. And I'm like, one of you guys have to take it. And so hopefully somebody that I made a pact with to split it is the winner, and I'll be getting. That's what I was really hoping. Like, just one somebody split it, win, and give me some coins.
Hey, look now, one of y'all better come through for the brother because he got bills to pay.
Right, bills to pay. But I mean, it's an awesome experience. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, I've always wanted to do something like this since like being a teenager. So be on the lookout for me because I'm applying for everything.
Hey man, put this man on another show, man. What show would you be on if you could be on another show?
So my ultimate show is Big Brother. Definitely want to be on Big Brother. And then I want to go to MTV's The Challenges. Because yes, this was mental, this was game of luck, but I want to be out there. I want to get in the dirt. I want to be doing all the things, like do something actually physically challenging.
Yeah, no, I definitely think this game wasn't as strategic as they kept repeating and people kept talking about. It was luck of the draw. It was a luck game. At the end of the day, it's a luck game and timing game. There wasn't too much strategy behind things, to be honest. Watching everything go down and, living it.
Just have a little social.
A little social here and there, but strategy, I mean, marbles maybe, but...
Yeah, but kind of not really.
kind of not really, but... Yeah, man, get this man on the show, man. We trying to see this man again. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna ask you: were you pleased with the results of Big Brother this season?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, I will say I was wanting Suri to win, so I was rooting for Suri. I was rooting for Mama Fee. I would have been happy if Blue won, or even Matt. Jag won. Does he deserve it? I think he does deserve it. Like, he did his thing. He played his game. He got eliminated, and came back or whatever. So definitely deserving win. He was not my top, but I'm happy that he won, right? So I think they could cast better. And by better, I mean cast me.
Hey, man, put this man on BB27.
27, yeah.
27, yes, and we gonna make sure this man doesn't act a fool when there's live feeds 24/7 going on. Hopefully,
that's what I need, because I did so much in there that people just don't see. But like, I need the live feeds because I was in there doing a little diary myself, talking directly to the camera, in hopes that they would show it. But
they didn't use any of those. No, they didn't have anyone doing that. Like, they showed no footage of anyone talking to the cameras at all. Which I know they had some good stuff on there. I know it. A lot of people were doing it, but they were like, okay, we can't use any. It's too many people doing it.
But I love it. I have nothing horrible to say about my experience, about the show. I love the way that it's shown. Obviously, it could be more of the reality, our dorm life, but the way they do the cliffhangers and everything, I love it. I'm ready to finish watching it.
Yeah, no, that's about to be over, and a new chapter is soon to begin. But yeah, man, this was excellent. I appreciate you getting to talk. With me and sharing your peripheral and your view on things. Definitely giving people a little insight on how it felt being in there. Hopefully, y'all can feel that through chat, because I can. Chaz, apologies. I keep saying Chad and Chaz, Chad and Chaz.
Yeah, many of us.
Yes. So, where can the people find you on social media?
Yeah, so you can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. It's all chazroqk. That's CHAZROQK.
Okay, y'all heard it here first, man. Player 221 is signing out the building. He is gone, but not forgotten.
Yes. And if you're in Houston, I sell homes. So hit your boy up. I'm a realtor.
Come on, H-Town down. Y'all better come on now. Get on down here. Well, appreciate you, man. And I will see you so much. Yeah. I will see you soon, hopefully. And till then, peace and blessings. We out here.
We're out.